So the next one, meditation on the aspect of death. This is another very important instruction. The meaning of meditation on the aspect of death means right now actually we are alive, but so just imagine someone passed away yesterday. So now you need to compare, the person who passed away, there's a dead body, it has a head, leg, bones, everything. And now you need to think, yes, my head, which is still alive, the person who already passed away, the two heads is equal. Then also you just imagine, the cemetery. They, scrape, they, cut all the body, all parts of your body, and throw all over. You can see there's a leg, hand, head, bones, everything is, spread all over the cemetery. Then you need to compare. Yes, my leg, this leg, same as that leg. But this leg is same leg for that, your hands, everything just same, equal. That's why he said that, meditation on the aspect of the death. That's why you just think, you just imagine, it's not much differences between my hand, the hand which is in the cemetery. My head is no different, much different the head which is in the cemetery. That means it is practice of actual, meditation on the aspect of the death. That means you just need to meditate you yourself as a dead person. Here, say this is an instruction from my precious Guru, although it is mainly centered on how to pursue meditation on the particular teaching. It is said to be good to contemplate in this way. You should recall the things said in either of the text, but the next is a few sentences by Geshe Lama. When the doctor give me up and the ritual no longer work, when friends have given up hope for my life, when anything I do is futile, right? Futile. May I be blessed to remember my Guru's instruction. Now you look like you are in the bed and the doctor, totally give up. And many people, do ritual, chanting for you. Those all no longer work. And your friends, relatives also give up hope about you. When anything you do is very fertile, the word is a little bit different in Tibetan and English. So that means you are totally at the confusion time. Confusion time, fertile. And may I be blessed to remember my Guru instruction. So this is very important time when it's a moment of the death. So I mentioned many times, if you practice Dharma whole life, if you don't know how to handle moment of the death, then all your practice is become useless in that moment. If you don't practice Dharma whole life, if you know how to handle the death, if you know how to handle moment of the death, then your practice becomes very powerful. So all the practice we have been doing, we do now, it's very important to bring all the way to the moment of the death. So moment of the death is look like switching off and on. There's a two button. You sit on the you sit somewhere. There's a two button. If you press the yellow button, you push up. If you push the white or black button, you throw it down. If you have a confusion which one want to press, it's very important. You must know which button you must press. So why it is so important? Why it's so crucial moment of the death. So within the 12 links interdependent, the first ignorance, second is karma, right? Karma. So when you read a book about 12 links interdependence, there are two different order. Okay, two different order. You must know. Order of teaching, order of actual the process of 12 links interdependent. When Buddha give teaching about 12 links interdependent, first one ignorance, second one karma, third one consciousness, fourth one form, right? Fifth one name and form, sixth one sixth sense, the seventh one contact, right? So first remember, first one ignorance, karma, consciousness, name and form, sixth sense, contact, contact. Then seven one feeling, eight one clinging. Okay, then 9 grasping. Okay, sepa clinging, lemba grasping. Yeah, after grasping, but first one clinging, grasping, becoming. Then death. Right? Death. Sepa lemba sepa kiewa. Sepa lemba sepa kiewa. No. Then 11 is born. Right? 12 is aging and death. Aging and death. This is order of teaching. When Buddha give a teaching about 12 links, this is the order of the teaching. Actually, the process of the 12 links is not exactly this order. Okay, so just now we just imagine that now we are in this life. So we are going to go to next life. So we have to go through the process of 12 links interdependent. Right now we are already process of aging and death. Right? Process of aging of death. Next, what come? Next life. So that means born. So before we born into next life, before we take a birth, so between death and next, there's a first again. First come the karma. Karma is kind of, the basis. Karma is there. Then clinging. Okay, clinging. Then third one, grasping. The fourth one, becoming. Okay, karma, clinging, grasping, becoming. Order is going different way. It's so important, you must remember, okay? Karma, because we already have a karma. So we accumulate, we have a positive karma or whatever, we have a karma. So in order to repent the karma, first important one, clinging. Second important one, grasping. Due to the clinging and grasping, then the karma become becoming. This means we already have a seeds of the mango. The karma is look like seeds. Okay, karma is look like seeds. In order to, grow the sprout, what we need soil and water. Soil, water, seeds come together. The seeds ready to give a sprout. Okay, this means we have a positive karma, negative karma. Moment of the death, if you clinging about some like a good thing, then the karma becoming more strong. And when the clinging become very powerful, then we say grasping. That means the attachment, desire becoming very stronger. Finally, the karma is completely ready to, bring you into next life. That's why I said in the moment of the death, if you have a negative thoughts, then negative thoughts become more stronger. Finally, due to the negative thoughts, the negative karma fully ready, very complete, ready to throw you in the lower realms. That means karma, clinging, grasping, becoming means the karma become very complete. The karma is, for example, seeds. The seed is very ready to give a sprout. Okay? Soil, water is look like clinging and grasping. The seed is, the karma is look like seeds. The sprout is look like, reborn. That means, okay, karma, clinging, grasping, becoming. After becoming, is then you push into lower realms or upper realms, then you are born. Okay, you are born. Then, so born where? If we in the future life, if we reborn in the human life, the most human, go through the mother womb. Not everybody. There's a few exceptions. At the Buddha lifetime, there was there were a true sangha, two monks, which is they were born from egg. Do you believe? No. Right? At the Buddha lifetime, there's two monks. They were born from egg. Tra and Nyanta. Their name was a Tibetan called Tra and Nyanta. They were born from egg. The story was very interesting. There were a few merchants. They went to get a very precious stone. In the ocean, there's a big current and the whole boat destroyed. And then there's someone came, hold a piece of wood and finally push corner of the ocean. Nobody there, only swim, right? Swim, the boat, the white bird in the water, swim, right? So no human being around there. So they have a physical relationship with the bug, the soil. There's an egg, from the egg comes a human being. So there's some exception. Otherwise, 99 plus human being, born from mother womb. This means we said born, not in actual born from mother's stomach. Born means, conceived. born. The first time when you born, what you have? You have the six, what is this? Six sense. Or let's say, there's a two options, right? Name and form. No, name and form. Why we said name and form? Some sentient being has a name and form both. Some sentient being has only name, no form. The formless being doesn't have a form, he has only name. The first time when you are born in the mother womb, first time you have a name and form, and the five aggregates. Okay, this means karma, clinging, grasping, and becoming, born, and name and form. So as a human being, we have a form. Form which is referred to the five aggregates. So yes?
What's the name? Name and form. What the name is?
Name is not referred to the actual our name. The name of
Destination?
no, it's actually the designation, but as a human being, we call this is person, there is a dog, right? But dog and human being both has a five aggregates. Five aggregates. It's a form. But the formless realms, formless. This is the first thing we heard about. We talk about three realms: desire, form, formless. The formless realm, the sentient being has only four aggregates. Four. What are the five aggregates actually? Form, consciousness, form, and what are the five aggregates? Form, feeling, discrimination, consciousness, and and I think the form, feeling, perception, discrimination, consciousness. These are the five. The form level has only feeling, perception, discrimination, consciousness, no form. That means we just give a name, based on the four consciousness. Just name. We cannot say pick on this is human being because it has this kind of body. How we can discriminate between human being and dog? How we can differentiate?
The physical form.
Based on physical form. That's why we have form. The formless realm, we cannot differentiate based on the form. We cannot give a name based on the form. We can give a name only based on the four aggregates. Form and name. We just able to give a name. We cannot really say this is kind of human being. So, moment of the concept time, so you have a five aggregates. Okay? This moment you don't have a really sense of happiness, sense of suffering. Because you didn't have that moment, you haven't had yet the sensation. You cannot contact. Contact has a two meaning. Contact by physical body, contact through your consciousness. Okay? When you look at the object, when you look at the color, your eye consciousness contact to the color, shape. So contact doesn't mean you physically contact. But the object and subject come together with a contact. After a few weeks, then the five aggregates more develop. Then the consciousness able to contact with a beautiful object, ugly object. Contact. After contact, what you will have? You have a feeling. Right? You have a feeling. When you look at the beautiful object, you have a sense of happiness. When you look at the ugly object, you have a sense of aversion. unpleasant feeling. That's mean, and then name and form. After a few weeks, then you have a contact to the object. After you contact to the object, then you have a feeling. Yes, the different order, right? Consciousness, karma, clinging, grasping, becoming, born, birth, and name and form at that moment together. After name and form, then contact. After contact, you have feeling. Feeling, then after feeling, then again, you have a positive feeling, attachment, negative, positive karma, negative karma is going around again continuously. So there's a two order of the teaching, order of the actual process. And also consciousness, within the 12 links interdependent, there's a name consciousness, right? Within the 12 consciousness. Consciousness you can divide into two categories. Okay? For example, this moment we are studying our Lamrim. So that means we are accumulating positive karma. If you have a good motivation, definitely we are accumulating positive karma. That moment, the positive karma we live on where? We live with store on consciousness. We store in the consciousness. Store, deposit. We live imprint in the consciousness. This consciousness we call consciousness moment of cause and condition, because it is the time for store the karma in our consciousness. One consciousness together. One is consciousness moment of the store, moment of collect the karma. One consciousness. There's another consciousness within the 12 links. First time when you enter in the mother womb, first time you are enter in the egg. As a bird, you have to enter in the egg. And also, that's when the first time you leave this body, go pardo. After pardo, you're going to go reborn. The first time you are entered in the mother womb, that's moment you have a consciousness. This consciousness we name consciousness moment of the result. Okay? Consciousness moment of the result. Result what? Result of the previous karma. Consciousness moment of the cause. Cause what? When you accumulate the cause, you store in the mind. That means consciousness divided into two. Consciousness moment of the cause, consciousness moment of the result. Consciousness. Then we born, and then we have a contact, then we have a feeling, then we accumulate karma. Then we fully born from mother womb, stay maybe 10, 20, 30, 40, 100 years, then we dead. Again through the 12 interdependence. So in the picture you can see, leap of both. So actually I forget to tell you fully, I didn't complete the story about the wheel of Dharma, right? The last time I told the story, the Buddha requests to the king, what shall I send gift to the other king? Because I received so wonderful gift, I cannot have much which I can send. I can make the king happy. I don't have. Then Buddha told to the king, don't worry, you must make a painting of wheel of Dharma. Then Buddha advised to draw the wheel of Dharma. There's the big strong person, then there's all 12 links, then there's 6 realms. After 6 realms, there's a true red, white and black, positive karma, negative karma. In the center, there's 3 animals. 3 animals are 2 different painting. One, the snake touched to the pig. The pig touched to the bird. Bird again touched to the snake. It's like a wheel. Sometimes one pig, one bird and the snake come from the pig. There's 2 different painting. And after he fully completed the painting, then he sent to the king as a gift. So before he sent the Thanga painting to the king told to the other king, I will send you wonderful gift. I will send you the big gift, you be ready. The king was so excited. Oh, I will receive wonderful gift. Actually, when the gift come, very simple role, right? Very simple thing. The king thought, oh, he was kind of what we call, somebody say, oh, cheating me. The other king is cheating because the gift is so simple, so small. But the king said, let's see what in it. So he opened the Thangka painting, hang up on the wall. He was looking at the Thangka painting. He was so surprised. He never seen before this Thangka painting. It's very new. He was very surprised. He just looked all night with Thangka painting. Finally, he understood the meaning of trailing interdependence, Four Noble Truths, everything. Within one night, he able to understand Four Noble Truths, trailing interdependence, everything. He become Arya within one night. So something, they hold, teaching of Four Noble Truths, the Thangka painting name, teaching of Four Noble Truths. So you can see the 12 links interdependent, everything explained about the truth of suffering, origin of the suffering. Then the corner of the Thangka, what they see, there's a moon. Is there a moon in Thangka painting? Definitely in the corner. Yeah, moon, yes. And the one side there's a moon, the Buddha is pick on the moon. The Buddha finger is symbol of the path. The moon is symbol of the cessation. So within the 12 links interdependent, explain whole sutta meaning. So the king able to understand, within one night the king become Arya. So this is the story. So that's why Buddha mentioned very clearly in the sutra, wherever you build a temple, one side you must make a painting of the wheel of life. The one side you must painting of the life of monks. There's been, when you go in Tibetan monastery, most of the Tibetan monastery you can see the wheel of life. So it's very important Thangka painting. So there's a two orders you should not forget: order of teaching, order of actual process. So the process. Okay, so after your death, so before your death, there's a process of death. So here mentioned, remember my Guru's instruction. Instruction about what? Instruction about how to go on through the death. So Signet gets worse despite the proper medical treatment or ritual. The thing the doctor tell you are not the thing he is telling everyone else. So that means, the medicine doesn't work any longer. The doctor going to tell you, what? Okay, I don't think I can help you. It's the last advice. Then, even though your friends and relatives going to tell, oh, don't worry, take medicine, you will okay. Actually, they say you will okay. In the deep down, they think, oh, it's the time to go. They are preparing about your death. So this kind of, this story telling about you. Then, important here, in the, I think, second paragraph. After death, you will go to the Pardo, right? Where you will go unimaginably fertile. So, when you go through the death, of the process of death, it's not easy, because we are very much dependent on the four elements: fire, water, air, and earth, water, fire, and air. Very much depend on. So within the four elements, the first, the earth element going to decay, degenerate. That's when, people when they have a sick for a long time, day by day people become, their physical body become very weak. That's when began to dissolve the earth element. Then the more you dissolve, finally you can see the eyes become small, the nose become very tiny. This means it's an indication of dissolving the earth element. That moment, suddenly the weather is so hot, you feel so cold. Sometimes there's a good condition, the environment is so cool, or you feel so hot, because there's so many changing happening within your body, because the earth element is going to dissolve. The second, water. This finally when the water element going to begin to decay, begin to dissolve, then your body becomes very weak, very skinny, and especially all the nervous system is no more, the oxygen running in your body. Finally, when the water element fully dissolves, then you cannot move your body, you cannot hear, you cannot move anymore. But still there's two other elements, wind and fire. Then finally when the fire element fully dissolves, there's no more heat any part of your body. Finally all heat come together in your heart. You cannot, if you touch your whole body becomes very cold, it's looking very cold, totally change. The last, the earth, that means all the energy, the consciousness totally dissolved into center of the heart. Then last, what have to dissolve the wind. Everything dissolved into wind. Finally, when all gross consciousness, negative emotion, positive emotion, everything finally dissolved into the sudden wind. When you totally dissolve in the sudden wind, there's no any indication the person is alive. But still, person is still alive. Chemically you can say dead, but not actually dead. And that moment, the people has a lot of, indication. Sometimes when the earth dissolves, you feel, something is very heavy on your body. You feel so heavy. Then somebody says, take away, because people feel something on it. And when the water dissolves, you think you are doing on the ground. Then somebody says, please lift up, lift up. This is the indication dissolving the four elements. So that moment is not easy to deal with the death, because you have a lot of confusion, you have a lot of indication within your body, within your mind. Sometimes you really becoming like crazy. So that moment you really have to be, use all the instruction which is you receive from your gurus. Then there's nothing much of Pardo. That is talking about the Pardo here. Some Lama came, at the last two sentences. Some Lama came to give, sound instruction to the Pardo and perform the induction ritual next to the corpse head. Actually, even though in my region, people do like this. After people pass away, they invite Lama, do some ritual and chanting of Pardo. It's too late. Actually too late. So we must do the chanting, the ritual of the chanting, ritual of the Pardo before people leave the body. If fully leave, there's no reason to do the Pardo ritual. Look at here, said, yet that time to give a true introduction to the Pardo is now. That means, if you really need a introduction to Pardo, you must meet now. At the moment of the death or after your death is too late to give an introduction to Pardo. it is most beneficial to do this before one dies. We can always be sure of the enjoying food and drink, but when we are dying, we won't even have the chance to say, have me set up. So that's means even though that moment somebody offer you food, you're not going to eat, you're not able to eat, and you're not able to drink. So you are kind of last test. Then we will not practice Dharma at such a time, since we do not practice even now. When we are alive and well, all the same, these ritual introductions may be slightly helpful because the blessing of the Buddhas are inconceivable. Yes, at that moment, the most important one, you use your own practice. If somebody do ritual chanting, it can be have a little benefit because of the blessing of the Buddha. So the last paragraph talking about, you must compare your head, the head which is in the cemetery. You compare your body, the body which is in the cemetery, and you think my body and the dead body is same. Because right now we think, this is so important, so precious. Yes, it is important, so precious. But we have a full misconception about our life, about our body. The first misconception, what? Misconception about permanence. Our body, our life, we ourselves is impermanence, but we have a misperception, which is we think everything is a permanent. It's an impermanent, we have a notion of permanent. The second one, suffering. Nature of suffering, all whole part of our physical body, nature is suffering, but we thought it's not suffering. There's another misconception. The third one, selflessness. Everything, include ourselves. Everything is selflessness, but we think things are exist as us. Independent, permanent, singleness. Then last one, emptiness. So in order to practice, pure Dharma, we must get out from the false misconception. We must realize things are impermanence. We must realize, the dukkha is a nature of suffering. You must realize everything is selflessness. Person is selflessness. All phenomena are selflessness. Everything is empty of inherent existence. If we are able to remove the fog, confusion, then for a very easy to have a practice of Dharma. I think some of have a bit worry about practicing Dharma because they thought, I must practice Dharma. In order to practice Dharma, I have to take a vows. When you take a vows, sometimes due to some condition, due to circumstances, you are going to against with the vow. Then you feel so afraid, you feel so sad. But at the beginning, nobody can be perfect, right? When you learn the arts, about the flower, human being, at the beginning you have a very terrible arts. Gradually, you put an effort, bit by bit, finally you're going to have a wonderful painting. It's okay as a beginning, if there's no any option, then it's okay, no worry against with the vows. But you try to be perfect day by day. For example, as a Dharma practitioner, our heart, it looks like it's totally black. Now, totally black is chuckle, it's totally black. If you look at your heart, if you look at your practice, you can see only black. You cannot see any white dot, right? Dot. After you study Lamrim, after you study Dharma, if you are able to see one dot. Good, it's one dot. But the rest of the heart is totally black. Don't worry. Then, after a few years, if you see there's a few white dots, it's good. Then, after 10 years, you can see many white dots. After a whole life, you can see you have a complete white heart, no more any black dot. Right? The heart become very pure for put lot of effort for many years. The heart never become white within one day. So practice Dharma, sometimes against your vows, correct, put more effort. Finally, you're going to reach, nirvana. Finally, you become complete, the perfect one. And also, I mentioned the contentment. Oh, I'm a Buddhist. I must content. I should not have a lot of money. I should not have a lot of job. I should not have so many things. You should not think this way. You should think, in order to practice Dharma, I must survive. In order to survive, I need a house, I need a food, I need a cloth, I need everything. If I don't have a clothes, then how I can practice Dharma? Right? You must, one hand, you fully practice Dharma. On other hand, you fully try to have everything which you need, all the necessary thing. If you have too much, then it's no good for you, right? You should not have too much. You must have money, house, everything. You should not have so much. So you must, balance your material, right? Material and your practice. After you, say over 70, then you have a less material, more spiritual. Around 90s, then you have only spiritual, not any material. Because we are ready to live, no need much. No, we don't need a lot of clothes and food and that. We need very simple. We need very simple food because we cannot eat too much. We need simple clothes. We're not going to go a lot of party and party. We need very simple clothes. That's mean, you look at when you dead. When you look behind, very simple things. You don't have a lot of attachment. If you have a very simple thing now, then it's a life, it's very interesting. If you be very simple, you cannot have a lot of friends. Right? You are too simple. You say, oh, I'm not going to pack, I'm going to go to party. So look at what happened. Say, so somebody buying new clothes. If you wear very old clothes every day, then the person thought, oh, you are very stingy. Right? So you must know how to spend your time in balance. So this is the actual, So next, class. So I'm going to skip the page number 323. So thinking about what sort of happiness or suffering you will have in your next rebirth in either of the two types of migration. So it is sure, after your death, there's only two options or two directions. Like lower direction and upper direction. It depends on you. So if you go through the upper direction, you're going to go the higher realms. If you go through the lower direction, you're going to go the lower realms. So what if you born in the lower realms, what will be? There's a lot of suffering. So I'm going to skip all the suffering over hell, how many gods, animals. But it's very easy. Just you fully think, if I reborn in the lower realms, fully suffering, very easy way. Next, we're going to study about the 3 jewels, I think. Yeah, the page number, day 12. Yeah, day 12, page number 252. Sorry, 352. 352, day 12. Look at teaching the means for happiness in your next rebirth. So now, hey, look at there's two parts, okay? Definitely die. After I death, two options, lower and upper. If I remove the lower realms, I will be fully suffered. I have a lot of suffering. I wish to born in the higher realms. In order to born in the higher realms, what you need to practice? This means, teaching the means for happiness in your next rebirth. This is a true subheading. Taking refuge, the holy gateway of entering the teaching, and developing faith in the law of cause and the effect, the root of all health and happiness. So next we're going to start class from here. So before we start the meditation, does anybody have any question? Is there anything I must clarify? Any question? So we have a half-hour meditation. So no question, right? No question. Okay. So I will explain very shortly about the all good qualities of foundation. What? The foundation of all good qualities. The foundation of all good qualities. This is the Lamrim. Very, short sentences and very important. The first name, the foundation. Foundation of what? Foundation of good qualities. Okay, foundations of good qualities. The name is very important. So also in the Lamrim is mentioned, rely on the Guru is the foundation of all good qualities. Okay? So there's a lot of confusion and also difficult to understand the foundation of all good qualities. Look at. So in the Lamrim, is talk about first they talk about quality of the teaching. Second, he talk about quality of teacher, quality of students. Yeah, right? So in order to practice Dharma, that we have a good quality teacher. Yes, teacher has a good quality. The teacher is very good quality. He's really good, wonderful teacher. If the student doesn't have a qualities, what happened? Right? That means you have a very, wonderful the substance, the oil, vegetable, muscle, the spice, everything's great, ready to cook. If the stove, if the pot is very simple one, you cannot have a good food. That means, okay, teacher is very important, as well as the disciple also very important. If the teacher, disciple has a good qualities, the practice has a much good quality. So that means foundation of all good qualities is quality about what? Practice quality. All is practice about all your practice. That means rely on teacher, rely on your guru is the foundation, is the first foundation. If you don't have like pure and very sincere belief or trust your guru, then you will not going to have all good qualities. You're not going to have good practice. So sincere trust, belief, faith towards your guru is very important. Then many people think, how I can trust, how I can believe, how I can rely on this person, because I don't know much about the person, right? That's why I said many times, before you accept someone, before you rely on someone as your guru, first as a human being, we need a good quality, right? Very gentle, honesty, good heart. It's very general quality as a human being. Plus teacher, they must have a knowledge of Dharma, must have an experience of a practice, right? So, in order to rely on Guru, first you need to get a right Guru who has all these qualities. Then yes, the teacher is great, he has all the good qualities. Now must you check yourself. Do I have all these qualities? Which is the student must have this quality. You check yourself. If you found, yes, I have all these qualities, which is the student needs, then you can rely on the teacher. If you don't have all these qualities, if you just rely on teacher, you're not going to get any benefit. That means the seed is a very good seed. It doesn't have any kind of problem. If the ground is totally dry, no water, no soil, if you put the seeds on the dry ground, the seed is not going to grow. So, seeds is very important, fresh seeds, as well as the ground. Teacher is very important, plus students. Okay? So, it's talking about foundation. Then, first talking about the quality of Guru. The second talking, in the few sentences, talking about the small capacity practice. Then middle, then last talking about the great capacity. And the last talking about the Vajrayana practice. So this is actually Lamrim. Please everybody try to memorize this few sentences. Only 14 sentences. It's very easy. Only 14. Right? Can you memorize? Who cannot? Who say I cannot? Why not? Can you memorize like 4 sentences of like singing? Yes, right? And why not? Because you can memorize as a singing. It's very important because look at moment of the death. If you memorize these sentences, you just recite the sentence, begin and reflect all the practice. Very simple. Otherwise, you cannot read the Lamrim, you cannot see. You will be too old. Right? Even though when we dissolve the earth element, we cannot see, we cannot hear, but you can reflect the 14 sentences. So try to memorize, and it is really good. So next, we're going to study about the 3 jewels. Okay, thank you. So today we have a time for meditation. Please, everybody meditate on death. Death, about your own death. You should not just focus someone dying there. Okay? You just think yourself. Am I alive? I definitely die. You just go through the 9 results.